It's nice to see you virtually, Mark. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Lovely to see you too.
Yeah, congratulations, Mark, for this new project. My first question is, how does it feel to be joining the cast of Dune the Prophecy?
I feel very honored. It's a very distinguished group of people. Emily Watson, I know very well and I've worked with in the past, who plays Valia. Olivia Williams, the same, who plays Tula. She's an old friend and I've worked with her in the past. Jodie, who plays my wife, I know very well. So it was very comfortable being amongst people that I knew. I was very impressed by all the young girls who were in it, a lot of whom are newcomers to me, but they've obviously been acting for a while. And then there were even younger people who were, having a go for the first time. So it felt very good being amongst that cast. And for example, Brendan Cowell, who plays the character I deal with in the first episode, we'd worked together years before. And Travis was new to me, but I found him really interesting. And yeah, being amongst that cast was a real pleasure.
Wow, that's good to hear, Mark. But um, can you share about your character here in the series as Emperor Jovico Corino, and how were you able to personify your character for this series?
I think when you're dealing with a character, a fictional character set in a fictional universe, what's really important is that you ground that person in some sort of reality that the viewers can recognize and understand. So rather than play some random idea of a science fiction type emperor, I drew on the idea that he is the equivalent of a king. That gave me the quality of an emperor that you need. I drew on the idea that his costume is very militaristic, so I tried to imbue him with the feeling of a general. But more importantly than that, what's interesting to watch is what's going on in his head. And I think he's more interesting than your average character like that because he has a vulnerability and an insecurity that you're not used to seeing in those kind of characters. And that for me was the interesting bit to play.
Yeah, and those characters are the reason to look forward to you here in this series. But that
Mm.
leads me to my next question, Mark. Um, how you are the role is such a big thing in the series. How do you handle the pressure, or how do you handle the weight of portraying the character for the particular series?
There is no pressure or weight. And in fact, it's quite enjoyable playing the emperor of the universe. I'd rather be the emperor of the universe than somebody who's opening the door for somebody. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of, it's fun to play. And I think if you can get the feeling of the character right, all the trappings of his uniform, the throne, the very grand rooms that he operates in, the fact that everybody's very deferential to him, that's all great to watch. But most importantly of all, it's about finding an interesting quality of insecurity and vulnerability. That was the thing that I enjoyed. And there was no pressure or anxiety to that because that's just playing a believable, truthful character who happens to be an emperor.
That's a good thing, Mike. Of course, Mike, we've known you as one of the best actors in the world. How, what were some of your personal touches that you incorporated in your character as the Emperor?
Well, personally, I tried to find wherever I could moments of doubt because playing the guy in charge is always straightforward. It's easy. I find that very easy. The difficulty is, yeah, those little moments of self-doubt, the moments of not trusting somebody, of trying to work out whether somebody is telling him the truth or not. I think that gives you a richness because we deal with that in our everyday lives. Constantly you're always evaluating people. Are they telling you the truth? Can you trust them? Who are they? How are you going to behave towards them? Those were the little touches that I tried to find to make him more than just the guy on the throne.
And that leads me to my last question, Mark. What are your takeaways from the role and from the series?
Um, Takeaways are probably that Uh, multifaceted characters are always way better than ones that are just written as a broad brushstroke. I've always found that with the villains or the bad guys that I've played, I've tried to find something in them that even if you don't like them, at least you can understand them. They have to be more than just binary or just black and white. So I think the takeaway from Havico is the joy of playing somebody who looks and feels like the head honcho, you know, the man who's in control of everything, but who actually underneath is battling his own personal demons. And that's what I've taken away, is that those are always the most interesting characters.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mark, for your time, and congratulations and kudos. All the love from the Philippines. Thank
Thank
you.
you.